What's up, family? Today we're going to be talking about some of the first black people to arrive in Spanish Florida. If you're feeling the content, like, subscribe, and share it with somebody who needs a little history in their life. So let me break it down real quick. One popular belief is that the first black people to arrive in precursor to what would be the USA is the 20 some odd Negroes that arrived at Jamestown as slaves in 1619. Now that's probably what you'll hear in your typical black history lecture, and it's false, as blacks who arrived with the Spanish had established their own free settlements throughout what would become the southeastern US many years prior to this. But before we get into that, let me take it back a little bit. Experts believe at least one black man named Pedro Nino was a pilot on board during Christopher Columbus' 1492 trip to America. All the way back in 1492 now. Now family, this is the first of 4 trips old Columbus took. I remember as a child being explicitly told that he landed in the present-day United States and met with the Native American Indians. Now let me know in the comments if y'all remember being told that. He never even set foot in the present-day US or even North America. I'll break this down in a separate video because this video ain't really about Columbus. But the issue with his legacy is a great example of why it's so damn important to tell people, especially children, the whole of the truth and express details when you're discussing history. So moving on from that, Juan Ponce de Leon was next on the scene. In search of what they thought was an island called Bimini, he arrived April 2nd, 1513. Rolling with him were 2 black people, Juan Garrido and Juan Gonzalez de Leon, the latter of which was an interpreter. Ponce de Leon and his crew explored along the Keys and lower coastlines of Florida. They ran up on Indian resistance near present-day Jupiter and Fort Myers. They returned to Puerto Rico in September of 1514. 7 years later, Ponce de Leon decided to re-up with a crew capable of settling on the land. This crew most likely had black slaves to engage in the labor needed to establish a permanent settlement. However, Calusa Indians weren't having it. The Calusa were laying in wait and attacked the 2 ships as they landed near Fort Myers. Ponce was fatally wounded and ended up dying in Havana, Cuba. Next up was your boy Lucas Vasquez de Ayllon in 1526. Ayllon's group was 600 strong and included what's believed to be the first group of originally African slaves to arrive in the present-day United States. It is noted that they were probably craftsmen more than field hands, as they would need to assist in building the new settlement. After Ayllon perished, a mutiny extinguished any chance the expedition had. The slaves burned the compound, the surrounding Guau Indians attacked, and although it was in South Carolina, it is significant. When everyone else left, it is believed that the black slaves from this failed settlement stayed behind with the Guau Indians, becoming some of the first maroons or runaway slaves in the United States. So shout out to the work of Dr. Marvin Dunn. It's classic and super necessary. It's also linked in the description below. So this has been some more black owned knowledge. I appreciate you stopping by. Like if you liked it, subscribe if you want more, and don't be afraid to speak your piece in the comments. Stay tuned for part 2, player.